Hi, everybody. My name is Tsai. I'm from Brazil. I'm the president of the Brazilian Medical Acupuncture College. It's my pleasure to be here and to share with you some history and how we teach our doctors about acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine. I would like to thank you, Dr. Song from Brasilia, and all the organizers of this forum. Thank you very much. Well, a brief history about acupuncture and TCM in Brazil. We have to remind that all this knowledge was brought by Chinese people and Japanese people more than 200 years ago. The first of them were Chinese people. They came to Rio de Janeiro, and after that, the Japanese people they went to São Paulo. They worked in the fields, uh, produce coffee and or in restaurants, and they use acupuncture and Chinese medicine to treat themselves. But only in 50s and 70s, acupuncture and TCM became more and more popular due to the Asian immigrants. And maybe in 1958, we can say that the first time we have a official organization that uh, uh, teach people from Brazil about acupuncture and TCM. Was founded by Frederick. He was a physiotherapist and he learned acupuncture and TCM in Germany. But in that time, this kind of treatment is still uh, considered by most of our doctors like alternative medicine. Uh, this is because a lot of Chinese TCM theories about yin yang and five movements, Zangfu theories, they cannot accept or maybe they cannot understand well. So in that time, acupuncture and TCM is not so accepted by the scientific community in Brazil. I think this is a very famous history. In 1971, when the past president of USA, Richard Nixon, went to China to visit Mao Zedong. And then one of his journalists got a pancectomy in China. And after the surgery, this journalist, James Riston, received the pain control by acupuncture. After that, went back to USA and made a report about acupuncture after the surgery. So this is the reason that we have uh, this peak that represents in very rapid increase of the number of papers in acupuncture or TCM. This is very important event because this support our doctors to look for how this treatment uh, works and how this treatment can be used in our country. And the second peak that we have is in 1997 when WHO published a list of some conditions that can be treated by acupuncture. So we have two very important moments that help us to look for this kind of treatment. This is my hospital, the Hospital das Clínicas that belongs to the São Paulo University, and this is considered by uh, the scientific community the largest hospital in the Latin America. And in my right side, Professor Sachiko Yamamura. She is a PMR physician, physical medicine and rehabilitation doctor. And in our hospital, she started the acupuncture in 1973 because we have a lot of car accidents, and so we have a lot of fracture and some sequelae that can be treated by physicians from this department. So for chronic pain, she used a kind of acupuncture, a Japanese style like real oracle, to treat their our patients. And as you can see, this is a very big hospital, and in this building is the Orthopedic and Traumatology Institute that the PMR department belongs. But when we teach our students and residencies, we have to make a lot of comparisons. We have to use the anatomy and all our knowledge, Western medicine knowledge, to make our students understand about the channel or another theory from TCM. So unfortunately, the TCM theories is very hard to the Brazilian people, to Brazilian doctors to understand what's qi or what's the yin yang and the five phases. So we have to make some bridges and make this comparison to make them understand better what is the acupuncture, what is the Chinese medicine. So about the points, we have to show them that a lot of them are points located very close to nerves, very close to vessels. Some of them, they belongs to a space between two joints or a space in the foramen, and then they can understand better and also practice and make the acupuncture better as well. This is another knowledge in the basic science that help us to teach acupuncture. The gate theory about how can you control the pain, most of them the chronic pain using acupuncture. So we use this model, the Western medicine model, to explain the mechanism of action of the acupuncture and also the TCM. So uh, we have to walk through these two ways, the TCM and the Western medicine. And we have always make bridges and comparison to get a better approach to our patients. So we always say to our students, the TCM does not came to make some against the Western medicine, but we have to join, we have to combine the both medicine to give to our patients the best or the better approach and treatment. less collateral effects, side effects, and more efficacy in our approach. And in this way, a Brazilian government he installed the acupuncture and TCM in our public health system since 2006. And inside this program, you can offer acupuncture, some kind of physical practice like qigong, liangong, and tai chi chuan to our Brazilian patients. And more recently, we also has the Chinese herbs allowed by the government. So we can see this chart since 2006 and 2007, 8, the number of treatments in acupuncture year per year. And now we can see how the Brazilian people is interested in acupuncture and TCM. The blue line is about acupuncture, and this orange line is about cupping and moxibustion. This is another chart that we can see this tendency to grow up the number of treatments by acupuncture. Only in 2020, because of the pandemic, we don't have this data or this information from the government. This is about the qigong or tai chi chuan, some body treatments, a body practice that we have also an increased number of treatments. All these treatments are still offered by the public health system to our Brazilian people. And about the Chinese herbs, this is a very recent issue. Just only 5 years and 6 years ago, the government established or start to regulate this kind of treatment. We have two moments, and we still working to implement and to solve this kind of regulation. So the Chinese herbs treatment is very new for our Brazilian people, and we have to uh, look forward. I told about Professor Sachiko. She is considered by our hospital as the first generation professor teaching acupuncture and TCM to Western medicine doctors. And this is the Professor Wu Duxing. Uh, he's considered the second generation of physicians that teach acupuncture and TCM in our school. So this is the orthopedic and traumatology building that we have the PMR department inside. And so uh, the first group of doctors that received the training in TCM already was formed by surgery or another specializations. And 20 years from now, Professor Wu started to teach our undergraduate students. Uh, I mean, the students in the medical school uh, to learn about acupuncture. Of course, very basic information for them. And this is our medical school. that belongs to the University of São Paulo, and even the treatment by acupuncture and TCM get a very important level that even this is Gerardo Alckmin. He is a doctor and he was our past governor of the São Paulo state. So you can see even politicians and doctors, they are very interested in receive this kind of knowledge. So in the undergraduate students, we can make a lot of conference between them, different medical schools gather together to teach themselves and share some difficulties about how to learn more acupuncture, and also to share with another uh, students how you can pass some kind of difficulties and make the acupuncture center bigger and bigger in their own school and own hospital. And we also have in Brazil the CMBA, the Brazilian Medical Acupuncture College, that can help each school, medical school, and each branch of hospital or each service to set up the acupuncture and TCM training program. So now we have two ways to teach our doctors. The first and the maybe the easier way is 2 years of course, postgraduate course that we have a lot of them in Brazil, and at least with 600 hours. And the second way to become acupuncturist doctor is through the residency program, also 2 years long, but the training program is more intense, 2,880 years. This is per hours per year. So the quality of this kind of training is much more better than the first one. And this slide, sorry, this slide show that we in this moment we have only 9 center that can offer the residence program in acupuncture and TCM in all our country. The first service, the first residence program uh, belongs to Faculdade de Medicina de São José do Rio Preto in 2004. So almost 20 years we have this kind of training or training. And most of them, you can see, are located in the southeast part of the country. Uh, we have just 28 programs that you can apply for 2 years long. And now we have more than 100 specialists in acupuncture doctor graduated by this kind of training program. So more than 100 doctors. And CMBA also helps to make some partnership between Brazil and another institute from another countries. Like this one, we participate to a forum held by Macau in 2016. This Macau traditional Chinese medicine technology industry, and we joined with another Portuguese-speaking countries like Angola, Mozambique, and Portugal to attend this conference in Macau, and each country could share some experience in how TCM uh, began in each country, and how we teach them, and how is the expectation in the future. And in that time, we just have said about the Chinese herbs in Brazil. So this kind of conference was very important for us. As you can see, a lot of people from Mozambique and Angola. And this is Dr. Elena from Portugal, the past president of the medical acupuncture from Portugal. In 2017, we made a partnership between Brazil and Italy, Bologna, the Professor Carlo Giovanardi. Thank you, Professor Carlo, and we can exchange also knowledges and researches. And we also went to Taiwan in 2018. We had this opportunity to uh, uh, made a presentation in their conference, their congress, and then they can see how we use acupuncture in which kind of conditions, and how is our results in acupuncture and TCM. So just to finish my presentation, uh, just to remind that acupuncture and TCM in Brazil, we have more than 200 years of history, uh, uh, due to the Asian immigrants that came from China and Japan. But only the last 70 years became more and more popular between our people and the scientific community, doctors from the medical schools. Uh, we has acupuncture as a specialty, medical specialty since 1995, recognized by our council, our medical federal council in Brazil. And we always make the interaction between Western medicine and TCM. We always uh, have to make this integration and offer the best approach to our patients. Chinese herbs is very recent, so needs more regulation. We have acupuncture and all the TCM in our public health system, and we are looking for more and more international partnership between Brazil and other institutions. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention.